How you guys doing today? It's Anthony Gangi. Welcome to another episode of Chair Talk. You know, there's this timeline that's been thrown our way that said around April of 2024, Celeste Rivas Hernandez went missing, somewhere around there. And some people even say it's early May. The timeline really, at that point, really hasn't been confirmed. And then basically she was missing without any communication with her family until the body was discovered in September of 2025. Now, the question is, where did that timeline come from? Because when you look at the stuff from Riverside County that's being put out there, the 911 calls, and then you got the video of Celeste Rivas Hernandez back in her community in September of 2024, you know, at first you're thinking, well, someone must have lied about that timeline because there she is. And then that was the point when we started seeing the narrative switching, basically blaming the family or her being a runaway. And then this video pops up with her in 2024 at this, in her community, somewhere by her family, arguing with a neighbor maybe. So the media was quick to attack and say, looks like there's more out there. Looks like someone's not telling us the truth. But who really confirmed that there was no communication with the family? Did that come from the family? Did that come from law enforcement? Or is the narrative that we're connected to a narrative that was made by the media? So I want to read something to you guys real quick. I think that may get us to rethink this narrative. So when the Celeste Rivas Hernandez case first broke, the media created a very clear timeline. She was last reported missing somewhere in April of 2024, and then nothing. No communication, no sightings, no updates until her body was discovered in 2025. Over and over, headlines repeated this as if it were fact. But here's the question. Who actually confirmed that? Did investigators ever stand in front of the cameras and say her family had no contact with her since April? From everything I've seen so far, they didn't. Police only said they were reconstructing her final days, which is not the same as declaring a year-long silence. And what about her family? Did they ever confirm that timeline? No, there's no record of her family ever saying we had no contact with Celeste from April until her death. That wasn't their statement. Not that I see. Just if I'm wrong, let me know. So where did this no contact narrative come from? It looks like it could have been media construction, a storyline built on the absence of public information, not on confirmed evidence. Then in September of 2024, a video surfaces, a video that appears to show Celeste outside her family home, alive, months after April, and suddenly the neat, simple narrative doesn't fit anymore. And what happens next? Instead of the media saying, maybe we got this wrong, the conversation starts to bend towards the family, almost as if the family was the one who misled people into believing there was no contact. But wait a second, did the family ever actually say that? Or was this the media now trying to backtrack and protect their own storyline by shifting the burden onto them? So we're left with real questions. Did the family ever truly confirm that they had no contact with Celeste, or was that a label created and repeated by headlines? And if the media pushed that narrative first, is it fair to turn around and put suspicion on the family when new evidence like the September video contradicts it? This is what I want us to consider, because when timelines are built on assumptions rather than facts, not only does it mislead the public, it can unfairly put pressure, even blame, on a grieving family. So what do you think? Did the media create this timeline and then try to cover themselves once the video came out? Or is there something more here that hasn't yet been explained? Guys, I'm looking to see who confirmed that timeline. And I don't have any actual true confirmation, nothing from the family and nothing from police that were really confirmed. So we're rocking on this timeline, and all of a sudden it gets confusing because now she comes back into the timeline in September, but whose timeline is it? Whose timeline is this? Where did this timeline come from? I'd love to get your thoughts on that. Fill me in if you know. As always, guys, stay safe.